Testing 1, 2, 3. Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you have a problem with this, stop playing this video now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You had your chance to back out. No turning back now. Hi, this is my movie review of the horror movie released in 2013 called The Banshee Chapter. It was directed by Blair Erickson, and it stars I only recognize one of the actors, and he starred in, I believe, The Hills Have Eyes. He's the person who talks like this, or he talks with like a southern, really deep southern drawl, I think. And yeah, he's the only. I think his name's. I don't know what his name is, but anyway, let me just give you my thoughts on this movie. I didn't really like it. I really didn't. It had sort of a clever ending, but the rest of it was just very underwhelming. It has a 5.3 on Internet Movie Database, which I think is rather appropriate. I believe it's rated R, but I think that on its wiki page, yeah, it was released in 2013, just for information. I think on the wiki page, it actually said it had very high marks from critics, which I find very hard to believe, because this movie wasn't that good. Let's see, reception. Yeah, it says critical reception for the Banshee chapter has been mostly positive. I highly disagree with that. I really didn't like it that much. So what's the premise? The premise is that I think this is a true story, that the government or whoever has experimented on people with drugs and stuff like that in the past before. So I think it plays off of that, and it shows a lot of these clips of like Bill Clinton saying, you know, we regret that people were experimented on, blah 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 blah, and it's basically about these journalists who get a hold of this drug. I don't know what the name of. I don't remember what the name of it was. It was some huge ass name, and they take it and they drink it. Well, one of them drinks it, and they film it with the camera, and like all this weird shit starts happening, like weird music starts playing on the radio, you know, that starts reading off numbers in different languages. It's all weird music on the radio, and then just like all this trippy stuff starts happening, and the camera goes black when they're filming it, and the guy disappears, and then the guy who's filming it doesn't know what happened. He has to talk to the police, and then he disappears, and so it's just about this weird drug, and then there's this other journalist, this woman who has like a British accent, so I'll just call her British journalist. This Brit starts investigating it because she knew the guy who disappeared, and she starts investigating it herself, and she learns that the guys received the drug from a friend in Colorado, and it turns out that a friend in Colorado is the name of a book, and the guy who wrote the book is this old. He's the guy who's from The Hills Have Eyes. He's this old dude who was like radical back in his day, and he wrote all these weird ass books and got really famous. And so she goes to see him, and she poses as another journalist to talk to him, and this guy tricks her into taking the drug, or later on he admits he didn't give her the drug, but we're not sure if he did or not. Like, he said he was just fucking with her, but I think he took the drug, and then like they experience all this psychedelic shit and all this spooky shit. Like, it turns out like the drug. Okay, I'm gonna get into spoilers now for those who care. But for my review, I'm gonna get into spoilers, but my non-spoiler review is I really didn't like this movie. It was competently made, but it felt like it didn't live up to what it could be. You know what I mean? It felt like it could have been a lot better. If you've seen other horror movies, any other modern day horror movies, this will seem very tame to you. Very tame. The ending was kinda cool, and I'll get into that in a second. So that's my spoiler-free review. I give it thumbs down. It's just very underwhelming. Could have been a lot better. It felt like the potential was there to do something cool. They just didn't. Okay, I'm gonna get into spoilers. Basically, what the drug does is it acts like it turns your brain into a receptor. So like these creatures from another dimension can come into our world or something. They compared it to like what was that? God, what was that? What was that shit? they compared it to H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, from the Beyond. They compared it to that sort of thing. Um, and so that's basically what the drug does. And they find out that they have to like go to this government headquarters or something to where the experiments took place and destroy like this receptor or something. I didn't fully understand. And they go and they destroy it and they think they've won. And the girl like goes to the police station and she's there with a friend, and it turns out, the friend turns into like, it turns like out they didn't win or something, and she's just gone crazy or something, and she's in another dimension, and her friend turns out to be like one of those banshees or something, one of those things from another dimension, and that was kind of clever, but this movie felt like it did not live up to its potential. And this movie I think was conflicted on to whether it wanted to be a found footage film or not. I don't think it was, because they never addressed anybody filming it. They were never like at any point, like, put the camera down. Why are you filming this? And that never came up, and they never really addressed the camera to its face, very often. I mean, some of it obviously was filmed footage that they tried to pass it off as pre-filmed footage, and it turns out the spoiler is, the twist is that the character she met who wrote the book, who tricked her into taking the drug, had been experimented on way back when he was younger, or some shit like that, and he just forgot about it. I don't know. This movie was confusing too. It tried to be. Nothing was really answered. It thought confusing was scary. Being confusing and just messing with, like, I don't know, just being confusing and not really answering anything was scary, and it's not. There's not really a whole lot of violence either. It's just, I don't know. This movie was just kind of disappointing. It has high production values, though. It feels like it's professionally made. It does not feel like the direct-to-DVD bullshit. It feels like a high-class horror movie that, like, the good parts were cut out or something. I don't know. It just like, they were about to get good, and like the director was like, okay, let's stop there. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh giving this a thumbs down, but ugh. I was just really, really disappointed by this. It's called The Banshee Chapter. It was released in 2013. Let me give you some of the people who were in it. I don't recognize any of them. Yeah, it starred Ted Levine, Katia Winter, Michael McMillian. I don't recognize any of those people. But anyway, check it out if you want. I guess you could do worse. This kind of movie kind of makes me wish I had a rating in between thumbs down and horizontal thumb. But anyway, I guess it wasn't that bad. I was just really disappointed. So thanks. Bye.